Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? But with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers, a network of 130 million of them, in fact. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills, and did I say job title? See how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
The Jack Welch Management Institute at Strayer University helps you go from, I know the way, to I've arrived with our top 10 ranked online MBA. Gain skills you can learn today and apply tomorrow. Get ready to go from make it happen to made it happen and keep striving. Visit strayer.edu/Jack Welch MBA to learn more. Strayer University is certified to operate in Virginia by Scheib and has many campuses, including at 2121 15th Street North in Arlington, Virginia.
This is Optimal Living Daily. Cinderella and Her Ugly Sisters. How to Put Imposter Syndrome in Her Place by Emma Scheib of SimpleSlowLovely.com. And I'm Justin Malik. Welcome back to a Sunday bonus episode where I give you a little bit of extra content from a podcast in our network that I think will also help you live a life that's a bit more happier and meaningful. And this episode today is coming from Optimal Relationships Daily. So without further ado, here's Greg as we optimize your life.
Cinderella and Her Ugly Sisters, How to Put Imposter Syndrome in Her Place by Emma Scheib of SimpleSlowLovely.com. Imposter syndrome has been alive and well in my house this week. Every time I sat down to write, to do something creative, a little voice piped up. You can't do that. Sure, you've written some okay stuff over the last 6 months, but there's nothing left now, is there? That voice even has a face, a persona. She looks and sounds just like one of the ugly sisters from Cinderella. The energy to fight back has been almost non-existent. Tormented by a double ear infection, deaf to the outside world, her voice has been getting louder and taking over the silent, muffled spots. You are nearly 40. What have you really accomplished? The best of life has passed you by. Give up now. Who are you to think that you can write a book? All your life you've been mediocre, and nothing's changed. It's no surprise that she's decided to chime in now. This week I'm completing my first paid regular writing gig over at Introvert Dear. And although I successfully pitched 4 out of 5 articles last year, she thinks I'm going to fall flat on my face at the first hurdle this year. The barrage is almost over though. I can feel her running out of fuel as I slowly but surely find my voice again. And the way I'm doing that? Telling her who I am. I know for a fact I'm not alone in the struggle against imposter syndrome. It's common, and you've likely felt it to some extent in your life too. Perhaps that time when you aced your finals, but you figured they'd marked you wrong. Or the time you scored your dream job and you wondered if they got you mixed up with the previous interviewee. Or was it when you married your partner, but figured it might only last a few years until he or she discovered who you really were, kind of like Cinderella waking up when the clock struck midnight. What I've come to realize this week is that imposter syndrome is just that, a syndrome. It is not the core of the issue. The ugly sister is just the fluff and fanfare that surrounds the root of the problem, and the root needs yanking out to put Drizella in her place once and for all. The root of imposter syndrome. The root of imposter syndrome is likely to be different for everyone, but for me it stems from a deep, dark, and very strong root. Who am I? For me, it's about belonging and lineage. As someone who was adopted at birth, I've not known my lineage. I don't have a line of people who have gone before me to show me who I am, or perhaps more importantly, who I could be. There is no family history to draw on, to compare with, to draw strength from. Whilst for some people a clean slate might be appealing, for whatever reason, I feel like this blank slate is why I floundered somewhat for the past few decades. Without giving Grisella full credit, the truth of the matter is that I have tried on many hats so far, and I don't know that I'm finished yet. And while I do believe that I can do anything, this is my year to settle. Somewhat. Last year, my word of the year was create, and I did that. 20,000 plus words and counting. This year, my word for the year is focus. This year, my youngest daughter starts school, and every week she's getting more and more independent. I finally feel as though I can focus now on who I am and what I have to offer the world. And part of that is figuring out who this me is. Knowing yourself is one of the best survival tools for life's trials, and it's a never-ending process as we grow and change constantly. I might come to know myself this year, but next year I'll probably need to get to know myself all over again. The other day, I sat down to write a few sentences about what I already knew. It was such a useful exercise, and I highly recommend everyone do something similar once a year. For me, this exercise is my answer to imposter syndrome. So, who am I? Someone who believes more and more in the magic of God and everything God is, which is everything. An introvert who needs a certain amount of alone time to function as a mother, wife, and friend. A reformed perfectionist, someone who is quietly enjoying and embracing the mediocre in life. A lover of nature and hater of excess stuff and clutter. Can I live in a forest in a cabin, please? A good mom who's doing their best but stuffing up lots on the way. Cue the time my youngest said the F word at daycare. Someone who craves authenticity and honesty from myself and those around me. And a writer, creator, and author. Who are you? Don't be shy. Get to know yourself. Claim your successes and failures, and get up and try again. You just listened to the post titled, Cinderella and Her Ugly Sisters, How to Put Imposter Syndrome in Her Place, by Emma Scheib of SimpleSlowLovely.com.
Thank you to Instacart. I'm always looking for ways to streamline my life, and after the relaxed pace of summer, settling back into a routine can be overwhelming, especially with meal prep. This is where the convenience and quality of Instacart are a total game changer. With just a few taps, I can get everything for my weekly meals with delivery via Instacart in as fast as 30 minutes. The service has always been reliable for me, and I trust the experienced shoppers to pick fresh, high-quality ingredients just as I would. It's a seamless way Instacart helps to deliver my essentials, freeing me up to focus on my wellness instead of spending time on errands. Instacart brings convenience, quality, and ease right to your door so you can focus on what matters most. Download the Instacart app and use code OPTIMAL20 to get $20 off your first order of $80 or more. That's code OPTIMAL20 to get $20 off your first order of $80 or more. Offer valid for a limited time. Excludes restaurants. Additional terms apply.
So good, so good, so good.
New fall arrivals are at Nordstrom Rack stores now. Get ready to save big with up to 60% off Vince, Kurt Geiger London, and more.
How did I not know Rack has Adidas?
Because there's always something new.
Join the Nordy Club at Nordstrom Rack to unlock exclusive discounts on your favorite brands. Shop new arrivals first and more. Plus, get an extra 5% off every Rack purchase with a Nordstrom credit card. Great brands, great prices. That's why you Rack.
And there we have it, a great post from Emma that a lot of us can take with us and apply. This post certainly has a lot to do with the relationship we have with ourselves, but it's important to keep in mind for our relationships with others too, because so often imposter syndrome prohibits us from making contributions towards others. When we second guess our abilities to, educate others, guide others, support others, and really show any and all different types of love to others, we ultimately withhold ourselves and we withhold our ability to connect fully. So it's critical to remember that even though we don't necessarily have the expertise that we might envision ourselves having or that we think we see others having, it doesn't mean that we can't offer gifts to others and help them in some way. Or again, just go towards having better relationships with them. What you can currently offer will always be helpful or enough to someone, even if it's not the masses. So, some things to keep in mind as you reflect on your abilities and how you'd like to integrate them into your relationships. It's time to wrap up though, everyone. So, I thank you for listening today and staying until the end. Have a terrific rest of your day, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for the Sunday show. That's where your optimal life awaits.